so I'm ready to film and I'm excited to show you my September wrap-up and my October TBR. Let's get into it. So September was actually an awesome reading month for me. I read 8 books, which is not like some of the people I've seen who read 16 books in September, which is like crazy, and congratulations, that's amazing. I read 8 books, which I am so happy about because I don't normally read 8 books. Usually it's only like 4 or 5. I guess I will start with the 2 that I got from NetGalley, and I'll just put the pictures up. I show my phone sometimes, but I don't know why. You can't see the screen very well. The first one is Shattered Blue, and I have a review on that one, so I'll try and put it here. If not, it's in the description box. The next book from NetGalley is The 13th World, and this is book 2 to the Corridor, and I received an email one morning, so exciting, and NetGalley was like, hey, want to read this book since you read the first one? And so they sent me it, of course, on my phone, and I read it and I enjoyed it, and I'm going to be putting up a review of that one probably right after this video or right before it, I'm not really sure. But I'm filming it today as well. I read Shades of Dune by Carrie Corp and Laurie Langdon, and this is book 3. I thought this was going to be the last book. I thought it was going to be a trilogy. It's not a trilogy, there's a 4th book coming out, which I'm very excited for. And I actually have a review that I filmed of this one, which I will be editing today and uploading within the next few days. And in that video I go over what happens in the first 2 books. Obviously there's going to be spoilers, and then the 3rd book I do a non-spoiler review. The next 3 books I read are very similar. The first one is The Tales of Beetle the Bard, and this I was going to read a story before bed, like one story before bed until I finished it. Didn't happen. I read the whole thing before bed one night. I just wanted more Harry Potter without starting The Prisoner of Azkaban, so I read all of this. And then I also read the first one, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And yes, I really enjoy them. I always forget how much I like these books, which is weird. I know I really like them, but then there's things that I forget and I go back and read it and I just love it. Because in these books, when they have to write an essay, they don't go by word count, which is what we do, or at least my schools always did that. They go by how long the scroll of paper is, and I just think that's really funny. The next book I read had so much hype surrounding it, I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to read it, but I'm so glad I did. And it is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and this book was fantastic. And the last book I read in September is Saga Volume 5. Yeah. It was my birthday September 12th, so I got a gift card from one of my friends, so I used her gift card to buy this book. So thank you, Justice, for your gift card. This is what it got me. Yeah. These are the books I read in September. Yay! Now on to what I want to read in October. The first one I really need to read so I can give it back to my coworker is Magic Study by Maria V. Snyder, and she gave it to me in a little protective cover, so I just took it out so you could see the book. But I really actually need to read this one since she gave it to me in September, and I just really need to read it. Also, I really want to know what happens. The second book I want to read in October is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Continue on with my Harry Potter marathon, which will take me a few months. The next book I want to read in October I've actually already started, and it is The Madman's Daughter, and I've just started. I'm on page 24. And so far it's really weird, it's creepy. It's creepy so far, which is good since it's Halloween in October. So I'm going to try and read a little more creepier than usual. And this one seems pretty creepy. It is about Juliet, and her father is a mad scientist, pretty much. He is doing some really creepy experiments on animals, and he wants them to behave as humans, and she's kind of torn between horror and, hey, that's really interesting science you're doing there. So yeah. I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. And then if I get this one done and in like a decent pace, I really want to read the second one too, and it is Her Dark Curiosity, and these are by Megan Shepherd. And then the there was a trilogy going around that people were raving about, and I think it's kind of creepy. I'm not 100% sure. But it's The Unbecoming of Mardyr, and this is volume 1. And it's the only one I own of the trilogy. This is by Michelle Hodkin, and I don't know too much what it's about. I just know that it's about a girl, Mardyr, and she woke up with no memories of the last few days, but she got in an accident with her friends, and they were killed and she survived. And she's scared she's losing her mind because stuff is happening. The next book I have on my October list is not something I normally read, and it is a memoir. And this one is A Stolen Life by J.C. Dugard. In 1991 she was kidnapped, and for 18 years she was held prisoner. And yes, yeah. So scary. The next book I really want to read in October, I think I wanted to read it last October, is Conversion by Catherine Howe. And yeah, I've had this book for so long and I keep not reading it. I don't know why. Yes, apparently it's a chilling mystery that raises the question, what's happening to the girls at St. John's? So just reading it kind of gives me the shivers. So I'm interested to see what's actually happening to the girls at St. John's. And the last book, which I will try to read in October. If I don't read it in October, I'm gonna read it in November. Honestly, I love Red Rising, and the first half of Golden Sun was amazing. And Pierce Brown is a fantastic writer, so I just took a break from it, so now I'm gonna start over from the very beginning and just read it all from the beginning, because I was about halfway through. These are all the books that I want to read in October, and I really, really, really want to read all of these. It is my goal to read all of these. I hope you had a wonderful September, and I hope your October is starting off great and continues fantastically. So yes, thank you. Have a good day.